my slips, my falls, my trials and tribulations, my heart, my balls, my somebody stop me, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the Lord was riding with me. The dark, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right is gone.
Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? So, I just want to give you a quick disclaimer. If you see anybody come past, this is my wife. She's working out, doing her thing. Shout outs to the wifey, I love you. This is a video I'm going to be doing, and this is not, the whole point of this video is not to plot a narrative or come at, anybody creatively. But I will be talking about a specific, content creator, YouTuber, producer. She's got her own brand. She's doing very well for herself. She's, Twitter certified. I've been following her for quite some time. Not as much anymore, but I'm still following her and still go and look at her videos from time to time and look at some of her insights from time to time. And she, again, I talked about her on the video I had with Lucas Moore. That she was on target with a lot of the things that were going to be going down when it comes to the Warner Media transition for Zack Snyder to be able to have his moment, to be able to announce it on his own Vero stream, and then of course she got the Snydercut, Zack Snyder's Justice League announcement is coming in 2021. So she was on target with all of it, and her sources were very well done. And as a matter of fact, she's been pretty much on target with a lot of that specifics since November. It's just some things that I don't necessarily agree with. And I think this is just one of those times where I don't think that the narrative boded for this personally. So I'm going to go and just kind of read back to kind of how this even started. Let me see. Let me go back as far as I can. Okay. So Grace today, like 9 hours ago now at this point, she texted or tweeted, "I was right, the Ayer Cut does not lead up to Justice League, only the script did." Because your boy David Ayer put, somebody asked him a question, does your cut connect with Suicide Squad to the invasion in Justice League, or did it end up shooting only the version against the Enchantress creatures? And basically David Ayer responded back, the script did. It was rewritten to remove the new guy's elements. So Grace responded back, "I was right, the Ayer Cut does not lead up to the Justice League, only the script did. Still think that it should come out before the Snyder Cut." Now, the day before, which is yesterday, there was a lot going on. But I responded to Grace myself with basically kind of, because she was kind of like painting the narrative that it was being disrespectful or undermining if, HBO Max or, AT&T put forth, David Ayer's cut before Zack Snyder's. My comment was that I don't think Zack would feel undermined or let down or short-turned from David's, film coming out, because they worked hand in hand. Like that whole Flash sequence worked in tandem because of Zack Snyder. Like Zack was like, "Oh yeah, use Ezra for this specific scene." It was definitely countless different moments that we got references that Zack was talking with different people. Like James Wan when it came to his Aquaman and kind of plotting certain things, even though that completely changed the way that was going to be because he let James Wan do it the way he wanted to. David Ayer, though, specifically with the way that he was initially going to script it, it worked in tandem with what Zack wanted to do. So to Grace's point, I was like, okay, cool. Well, I said what I said yesterday. I was like, I don't think personally that it would hurt. I don't think it would drive anything away. I think it would bring more attention to Zack's movie, because at the end of the day, the whole central focus was getting to the Justice League. So that was like, that's what we were trying to get to, And so for me, I was kind of like, all that's going to do is like, yo, got the Ayer Cut and the Snyder Cut coming on the same year or within the same time interval or even on the same platform? Let's freaking go. I was like, why would Zack not be excited? Why would David not be excited, And it's like now, like David's being way more vocal, I think that, I don't personally think that he would go and speak on a lot of different specifics, kind of like Zack has been doing for Vero, unless, Warner Brothers is giving him the okay to be able to do that. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that he's already gotten a green light and they're just kind of painting like this picture of where this could go and just see how much buzz it gets. I'm not saying that. But, you know, it wasn't until Zack's, you know, came. It's either one or two things. Either one, he's like, oh, shoot, Zack shot his shot, I'm going to do it. Or two, you know, he's like, okay, this is interesting. Let's see where this is going to go. And maybe he had a conversation with Warner Brothers that, okay, can I be more vocal about this and see if there's an interest there? I think that that's the more plausible side of this. And so I think what Grace's point was that, in her perspective, that would undermine, demean, or slight the way that things were supposed to go for Zack, which I personally didn't think that was necessarily true. But again, she was right. My point was that the back end of the third act of David Ayer's film, which I thought was already shot, was going to pave this way to something really cool or interesting towards what, you know, was going to eventually be for the Justice League, because it was all Steppenwolf related. So, come to find out, it wasn't necessarily shot, it was in the script, but that wasn't what was actually filmed, so that means something he would have to refilm, or I'm not reshoot, retool. Either way, I'm not really sure how that also connects with Jared Leto's scenes that were also cut. I really don't know. But either way, he said it was in the script, so I was like, alright, respect. I sent her a message back with that. And then things get a little bit more, how do I say this? Special, I guess. You can come down, honey. All right, let him know you're coming to work out. But basically, somebody had commented on the bottom half and said, would you love to see the Enchantress prologue, HQ, J breakup play out fully, and Joker versus the Squad ending in HQ, saving her friends, or talking about Harley Quinn, but maybe after the Snyder Cut had been a moment? I definitely want to see it as well after. And I was like, to me, and we haven't even gotten to the whole discussion part of this. I think that what's the issue that I have with this is that this is a lot of extra drama that is kind of unnecessary, because at the end of the day, we're happy to get what Zack is trying to provide from a content standpoint. Like, the whole point is artistic expression for somebody to be able to get what they got. And for me, like, if it comes before or it comes after, that's semantics. Like, what does it matter? Like, why is this so particular? It seems like it's more so like, because, you know, she said that that's what she thinks it should be, then if it's anything outside of that, then that's an issue. And that's part of the issue that we're kind of having. Like we're adding more drama to stuff that is already gonna happen. Like, I think honestly it's an eventuality when, you know, David Ayer's Suicide Squad is eventually gonna come out. So I don't think it's an issue. I do think that it might take longer, but he had already said that, you know, it wouldn't take that much to do his. It's just some extra VFX and propping up, and I think it should be all done. Versus like adding a big budget, you know, on the long term of where things are gonna go. So this is where things get more interesting, because David Ayer goes and comments, Grace.
Hey there, hi there.
I don't mind if my cut is seen in 5 years. I simply want the best version of my work represented. Zack deserves this wonderful, wonderful opportunity he's been given by HBO Max and AT&T. It's all love. Yes, honey. That's David Ayer commenting.
Yes, see, fans, chill out.
And so, for me, he didn't. To me, it doesn't seem as though he didn't have to defend himself. Like, it's already been proven that he has other things that he really wanted to do from an expression standpoint. So it's kind of like, for him to kind of defend the semantics behind whether or not his version of the cut should come out before or after, it's kind of like it's directly pitting him against Zack, but that's the contrary. Like, he was the first one that's like been saying to James Gunn, like, yo, good luck on your Suicide Squad, I'm with it. He's been saying from jump, like, I'm excited to see what's going to happen for Zack. So it's kind of like, I'm really confused, like, why is this extra drama? So I was like, all right, you know, he said that. He didn't have to, in my personal opinion. You know, I think it's just kind of like extra for no good reason. So then when he commented, I thought it was over with. But Grace commented again for some reason. She said, I'm sure you have the best intention, David. I just feel it would be a genuine shame if after Zack went through and all the work he's done to make history like this, he was then overshadowed. And again, I want to see your cut too. We all appreciate your passion. So, to me, this is kind of like adding extra drama for no good reason. I don't understand it. Because to me, it's kind of like to say that the Suicide Squad would overshadow the Justice League is inaccurate. The Justice League is fundamentally bigger.
The Justice League. What? That's sorry. I need to jump in. It's the Justice League, okay? The Justice League. The people that no shade to Suicide Squad. I've learned a lot. But it's the Justice League. What? People just want beef. Like, beef for what? Yeah. They both coming out. The fans gonna be happy because both of the movies that you got was lightweight trash. So let's just be happy that we gonna get a version that's not trash. Alright, let me be back to my beach body workout. Beach bodies.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that thanks, honey. Again, I agree with her what she's saying. That at the end of the day, this is a gift that this is even happening. Period. And if there's an opportunity for David to shoot his shot and get an opportunity to put out the movie that he wanted, why would we derail that regardless if it comes before? Regardless if it comes, like, say, hypothetically speaking, that there's no extra scenes that need to be reshot or anything. Like, it's just done. All we need to do is just make it and put it up and post it up. Would you not want to see it tomorrow? Heck yes you would. Would Zack want to see it tomorrow? Heck yes he would. Would he feel like it's being overshadowed? No. Matter of fact, what it does is it puts his platform of elevation going towards what? Next
hypes it
cut.
Up. Like, what's next?
It's like, yo, okay, this was dope. This was dope. So let me see what Zack's got. I'm hyped. So it's like, why, add this extra drama? I cannot in my full heart not bring up the fact that this is something that would be in any way, shape, or form an overshadowment. And then he said, she said that, and then he felt as though he had this comment back. And it's like, this is the sad part, because it's like, to me, this shouldn't even be a conversation to me. He put, the last thing he said, I will not happen, don't worry, period. And I was like, and that's to comment what she just said, and I'm like, bruh, why are you creating this rift within our fan community when there's no need to, bro? Like, we right now are in a really good state. We're in a really good positive vibe. And none of this right now that's happening is necessary to me. What? And so that's why I'm really perplexed as to, I feel like it's more so on an ego standpoint that she felt as though, like, in her opinion, this is what the gospel should be. And that's fine. She's entitled to that, but it's kind of like to bombard that or overshadow, to say it's being overshadowed, that's a whole nother thing. So I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. So for me, I just think that this is unnecessary drama. I think personally, do you need help? Just give me the controller. But for me, I think that this is unnecessary. Right now, we have legit, like, cities on fire. We're in the midst of a pandemic. We're in the midst of COVID-19. There's still the overlying atmosphere. And people are tense, scared, and just dealing with everything under the sun. And I don't think that, dealing with the semantics behind whether or not a movie that comes out, a movie that's already been done, it's already came out. Technically, it could be already more finished than Zack. There's no way she can prove that or I can prove that. I can't prove it, she can't prove it. Only David would know and Warner Bros. Would know. And so it's like, if there is a situation where his movie is more finished and it wouldn't take anything for it to go and double down for David, why not let him? Like, why not? Like, I feel like this is something, like, if the Ayer Cut came out, hypothetically speaking, in 1 month, you telling me that Zack's film is going to be, like, less impactful or is diminished? The only reason why David's cut would even be able to see the light of day is because of Zack. So that's ridiculous to me. It's just painting a divided narrative, this added drama mixed with a little bit of ego, and I just don't think it's very necessary. I don't think it's accurate, and I don't think that David had to go up here and defend himself. Like, David all day, like literally all day, this man's been on social media just giving out information and stuff. Imagine if this happened, you know, on Vero, and Grace went up there and said this. I really wouldn't have bet. Matter of fact, I'm curious to see what Zack got to say about this. Because I feel like, all real, Zack is legit, like, all for this man's cut being released. I don't think it's necessary. I can't agree with it. I respect that she was right, that the third act has no tie-in to Justice League. But even if it does, right, it's not gonna overshadow Zack's work. It's like, if Zack's work is legit, like, all they gotta do is release a trailer for Zack's joint, and people would be losing it. Imagine if they released tomorrow the Ayer Cut, right? And then right at the end of that, they put the Snydercut trailer with it. Would that overshadow Zack's? No! And you know for a fact AT&T, Warner Media, Warner Brothers, HBO would pump it if it pushes something in platforms that are moving forward. Now, I don't know whether or not they look at his cut as value. I don't know what they feel about it. I only know that Zack's movie is absolutely coming. But if Davis does and they're okay with it, then they're smart enough to be okay with it. This is not an issue, bro. And I don't think that I feel bad for David that he had to sit there and say that. It's almost downright disrespectful to me. So I just wanted to kind of, you know, bring that up, talk about it, because, you know, I just don't think it was necessary, man. I don't. Like, it wouldn't overshadow Zack in any way, shape, or form, regardless of the precedent, if it's true or not, you know, what they feel about it, whether it ties them with the Justice League. At the end of the day, all it's going to do is push more to, like, this, oh, wow. Now, I'll give you a terrible hypothetical, because, you know, that's work of a critic. Say, hypothetically speaking, they release David's cut, and it is not good, and it is worse some kind of way, right? And then people are like, they start to suspect, like, oh, those naysayers, people that just want to go into negativity mode, are like, yeah, Zack's going to be no different. Like, this isn't anything. Like, they already released these extra cuts. Like, this is means nothing. That would be a negative spin that could diminish, you know, the people that, you know, were kind of like in between whether or not this is just something they want or not. But that's the only if. But I will give her that. But if it's good and it's great, that's not going to overshadow Zack's work, because at the end of the day, we talk about the Justice League, fam. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Again, definitely go and check out Grace Randolph's stuff. Go to the description box below. You can check out her channel. I'll leave her Twitter up there. I'll leave the references of different stuff. It definitely shows support to my man David Ayer as well. The dude is a ride or die. He's got a lot of great projects coming up. I can't wait to see what he's going to do with Shia LaBeouf and the Tax Collector, as well as other projects coming up. And I'm almost certain that some things are going on in the backfold that we don't know about. We'll see where the narrative goes, but I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell button, keep it locked. JVS, we ain't gonna stop. Oh yeah, check us out on Twitter. If you go to @tweet_JVS, you can talk to me anytime. All right, guys, peace.